Welcome to Joygasmic Shorts, a power-packed experience to give you the best out of our interviews. If you're back for more, remember to subscribe and give us a 5-star rating. It helps us reach more people and create our shared dream of an enlightened planet. Thank you so much. Enjoy the short. I'm really curious, obviously there are a lot of challenges in the world right now. And one of the things you said, which is one of the things that I also operate on, is like, it's challenging, hazardous to our mental health to dwell on the problems, hazardous to the world if we continue to dwell on the problems rather than starting to find solutions. I'm curious what your vision for the future is, a future for our children, a future for our beautiful planet. If you could magically fund all of it or add creative juice to all of the projects that you've seen, like what would be possible if all of those ideas that are percolating happen? What do you see in that?
Well, I think there's two things. Firstly, and I'll talk about that, have education. We have to build these ideas of social and environmental impact into our education systems. We have to stop teaching old, broken economic business models. It's insane, right? So we have to educate. That's the most important thing we can do. But aside that, one of our amazing ambassadors and kind of mentors for creative conscience is a guy called Sir Jonathan Porritt, who was one of the original founders of Friends of the Earth, which is an environmental movement. And he recently took part in an event we did called Creative Changemakers. And he said, we have the technology, we have, as sapiens, humans, we have everything we need. We have the technology, we have the intention, we have the wherewithal, we have the science and the data, we even have the money on the planet to create the world that we need. But the trouble is the money is in the wrong hands. And so I think as citizens, we all have a voice. We can, rise up and say this isn't good enough. We can vote with our dollars and our pounds and our euros or whatever, our yen. We cannot buy the products that are trashing our planet. We can choose to, buy from thrift stores and not feed fast fashion. We all have a choice. And when you understand you have a choice, that's really empowering. And we need civil engagement, which is all of us. We need corporate engagement, and we need political engagement. So we need those three things in order to create change. And we have that. We have a voice, every single one of us. Unless we can't speak. But even then we can write posts or, there's stuff we can do on every level, every day. And that's exciting, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I think when you let that lead your life rather than letting the consumerism lead your life. Like even this last week, there was one of the ladies in the book. I can't remember which one. She lived in Bali and built this earth ship, or built this like earth-based construction, and I was just like, oh, and there was this really strong call from her of, really think about what you're buying. Really think about whether you actually need it or not. Really think about if you really do need it, is there a better way to go about getting it? Can you buy it from someone that's directly supporting the producer of it? Can you buy it from a company that is, ethically sourcing their materials? Can you do it in a different way? And I'm just sort of looking at some of the things I bought last week and being like, well, I'm not doing that, on the level that she's calling me to. I thought I was doing pretty good, but there's definitely more that I can do. And but there are also things that I am, I could sit there and beat myself up around what I'm not doing, but I can also go, okay, right. But I also bought like 35 liters of peanut butter in a big old jug. So we've got, we're using glass jars to serve it in the table, and it's coming from locally produced in the US from a small collective that's doing that. And it's like, they make sandals too, but they're super ugly sandals. I'm not going to buy them, but like the peanut butter I love. The peanut butter is incredible. And so So it's like, oh, that's like a really simple one. And like, I could buy it on Amazon, but I'm going to buy, I'm having some ethical churning going on around Amazon recently, which is a little unraveling, because I just got excited about the fact that I could get everything from Amazon like really fast, right? It's like, oh, okay, well, but actually maybe really fast, you said fast fashion or fast whatever. It's like, actually that's not what I want to be doing. So yeah, maybe it takes me an extra like half hour to do the research to figure out which company I want to buy from, but then I can keep buying from that company. They then have a loyal customer that helps them do more of what they're doing in the world. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it's one of those things that we can really, personally we can do that. But then when we start sharing those, when we go, okay, like this is a really great company, I highly recommend, I've done the research, you can buy from these guys and not have to worry about whether there's any guilt or any economical, impact that's really negative.
A big mission to end family trauma in this generation. And so I'm working with conscious moms to create a powerful change where we can become bulletproof, where we have no triggers, where our children cannot touch us no matter what they throw at us, so that we can be the kind of moms that we needed and the kind of moms that we want to be for this new generation, so that we can end rape, we can end trauma, we can end neglect, we can end sexual shame, we can end consumerism, we can end screen addiction, we can end all of these things by how we choose to parent and how we show up in the world. So I invite you to be here on this journey with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side. So get your name and email in that box and join me on this journey. It's going to be an incredible 7 days where you are guided every day to understand how to create better habits, how to not give up, and how to implement the 60-second hack to rewire your brain so that you know that no matter what's happening, you'll come back to a loving place fast. I love you. I'll see you on the other side.